Good morning and welcome to Rico Side News. The story everyone's talking about this morning is the trial of Dolly Rogers versus John Rogers. Chuck Withers and Todd Bells, our two film reporters, are on the scene. Chuck, fill us in what's going on down there.
Dominic, I am out here standing outside of the courthouse where the case of Dolly Rogers and John Rogers is taking place. We have Todd Bales inside and he's trying to find further information. What we have found so far about the case is that Dolly Rogers murdered her grandmother to inherit a large sum of money. And John Rogers is not happy about that. Now here we go to Todd Bales to find us some further information.
Thanks, Chuck. I'm here with prosecuting attorney Tom Sawyer. What can you tell us about the case so far?
This case is fairly interesting. I mean, it's a case that's cloaked in a lot of deceit, a lot of lies, and a lot of misery. There's a really dark, deep thing going on here that we are trying to get the light of. We, as the prosecuting attorneys, are trying to get the truth out.
All right. Well, thanks.
Okay, go.
Excuse me. What can you tell us about the case? What can you tell us about the case? What can you tell us? What can you tell us? Can you tell me something? Oh my God, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Why are you standing out here in the cold? What can you tell me about the court case? What's going on? Who's you? I know you are not guilty. At least I think so, but I don't know. I'm on crack. Excuse me. What can you tell me? What can you tell me? Can you tell me what is going on?
We're not.
You are not being
details
quick
of the
enough.
case at this time. Come back later.
Sorry, we cannot speak of things right now. We're in discussion. We're in discussion at the moment.
Well, that is a very bad option to hear. Back to you. Chuck Withers here, and today is the day of the trial, Texas versus Rogers. We are here in the courtroom and we are waiting to see what happens. Let's go find out.
Good morning. My name is Caitlin DuVray and I will be representing the prosecutor, John Rogers. The investigative report says that she died from a lack of insulin. Investigators found a half-eaten piece of pie next to her bed and candy wrappers all around her room and in her stomach content. At the conclusion of the case, we will ask that you convict the defendants of first-degree murder with life in prison. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, during the duration of this trial, the defense will show beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendants, Dolly Rogers and Tracy Smith Rogers, had no part in the tragic death of Mildred Rogers.
We call John Rogers. How did you help your mother money-wise?
Well, we sent her $150,000 to Leslie, and she was supposed to give Dolly $2,000 a month to help out with my mom's diabetic problems and food for the house and any other stuff needed.
Do you know where this money went when it was given?
Well, the money, I sent it to Leslie, and she would give it to Dolly to transfer to my mom, and that's how it got around.
One last question, John. If your mother cared about you so dearly, which I'm sure she did, and if you cared about her and your relationship was everything you said that it was, why did you never write to her or call her? Why did you only send money?
Because I didn't want my mom to know what I did. I didn't want her to feel disappointed with me, because I know that would break her heart knowing her only child was in prison. I didn't want that to happen. She already had enough problems.
Your mother didn't know you were in prison?
No, she didn't.
We're going to take a quick 3-minute recess. We'll resume the court case when we return.
The court has now been adjourned to a 3-minute recess. So far, the opening statement and the first witness that has been called, which was John Rogers, has been intense. We will expect to see more after this.
Oh no! The school caught on fire! Oh my God!
Does your school catch on fire? Are you tired of high and costly insurance rates? Are you tired of poor contracting jobs? Well now, with 4 instant payments of $69.99, you can have this, Mr. McGowan's Super Chapstick that prevents fire. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Who is your second?
Called Leslie Rayburn.
How was the money passed along to Mildred?
Well, John mailed me every month $2,000 from Mildred, and directly give it to all in Tracy. And then here I keep the $150 that he gives me separately.
You are aware that dogs have 4 legs and two people make up 4 legs. So if you would have saw a figure and they were female figures, how do you know that they're female figures?
Because the dog came in when I was about to leave.
How did you know that they're female figures that you saw?
Because the dog is this tall and they are this big. And
You are aware when sunlight shines through, your shadow grows much bigger than your regular dog.
Yes, but I just saw two shadows, 2 heads.
You saw 2 heads. But like a dog has a butt and a head. So if it were to see, the shadow was to shine through right now, it would grow taller, making those legs longer. And dogs have very skinny legs, and so do females.
Yeah, but
Alright. Objection, relevance. I'm gonna have to sustain his irrelevance statement. I think you're kind of pushing this.
Well,
Court has been adjourned for the day. We'll return session tomorrow.
Do you want to get big? Do you want to get buff? Well, we have a new product here from Bowflex that is guaranteed to get you results. The new Bowflex bar. Let me show you how it works. You sit down right here on the bench, and then you get, and then you lift. Bowflex, Bowflex, Bowflex! 5 reps a day is guaranteed to get you results. Bowflex, get buff.
Who are you calling?
We're calling the gardener up.
The gardener?
Yeah.
Does he have a
Please state your first and last name.
My name is Kyle Bieber.
So neither Tracy or Dolly were in the house the entire day, pretty much.
Basically, Tracy was outside the whole time. Dolly was gone the whole day.
So
Where were you what were you doing on May 15th? Can you describe to me your whole day while you were out?
Well, at around 8 o'clock, I left the house. I usually go and have coffee with a friend first, and then I'll go grocery shopping, run some errands, pick up, drop off laundry, and, pick up the insulin last because it's insulin and it needs to be refrigerated, so. And then after all that, I'll usually drive home. That takes like 15 minutes or so, and whenever I got home, it was around 3:20-ish, and it was my usual time, and I was expecting to just, give Mildred her insulin, but I found Tracy on the floor, and she was right next to Mildred, and she was dead. And so I went and I realized that, and so I was completely distraught. Whenever I saw her, I dropped the groceries and I ran over, and I was like, how could this happen? She's my mom. I took care of her. And so I went and I covered her with a sheet. I walked Tracy out, and we waited for the emergency people to get there.
so, what happened the day of Mildred's death?
The day of Mildred's death, I gave her shot at 7 in the morning. She requires her shot at 7 in the morning and 3:30 p.m. Gave her shot. Dolly left into town around 8 o'clock. I went outside on the porch when the gardener got there, and I was outside for most of the day. I went in there occasionally, maybe 2 or 3 times to go check on her, and she was perfectly fine. I went in around 3:20 when the gardener called me, and she was on the floor.
So it's stated in your facts when this case began that Mildred blamed you originally for
Yes.
Jane's death.
Yes.
Did that make you feel bad?
It made me feel very bad, but after she broke her hip and me and Dolly were the only caretakers, she started to get over it and realized that it wasn't my fault.
So you would say your relation generally improved after that point?
Yes.
I'm just trying to establish a point of where they are. Were you present on the residence at Mildred's time of death?
Residence, yes, I was.
Oh, okay. I'm the doctor.
Good.
You were their family doctor?
Yeah.
Did Leslie ever seem a little sketchy to you? Did you ever hear about the oil? Were you aware of that?
Yeah, she's kind of weird.
She was weird?
Yeah.
Do you think Leslie might have tried to go against Dolly and Tracy's will and come inside and give her, or sneak through the back of the house?
Yeah, she might.
You have a first and last name?
Yeah.
And they would be?
The doctor.
We have established that Tracy Rogers went with Mildred, claims to not have gone in to actually see the lawyer with her, to have the second will changed, to leave everything basically.
If it's possible that Dolly killed Mildred for the millions, wouldn't it also make sense for someone who spent less time with Mildred to have murdered her too?
Mr. Foreman, has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Foreman, will you please rise and read your verdict?
We, the jury, find the defendants Dolly and Tracy Rogers guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. Your Honor, we, the jury, suggest a sentence of life in prison.
I accept your verdict, and I will arrive at a sentence in 5 minutes. I find the defendants guilty of first-degree murder and sentence them to life in prison. You should really be ashamed doing your own mother. It's really Bailiff, please take him away.
So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot,